it's nice to actually have some physical books to show you this month. Yay! Hi guys, so this is my June wrap up. Woo! I read 13 books in the month of June. 4 of them I actually bought and own. 2 of them were review books that I've got physical copies of. The others were Carey and library, and I will refer to them in such. So, to start the month off, I read the 3rd book in the Zombie series by Darren Shan, which is Zombie City. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It was okay. I think the series isn't been as great since the 1st book, but then I guess the 1st book's hard to top because of that ending. Had such a great ending, and I don't know how you top that. But yeah, you know, definitely continuing with it, and it's alright. Zombies in London. Actually, I had 2 zombie books that take place in London. Ain't I cool? Different zombies though. Then I read Smart by Kim Slater, which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. The awkward thing about this book is the writer retweeted my review of it, got off Net Guy, and I reviewed it. Link down there somewhere on Bog. And I'm like, no, don't. I don't know why, but it kind of makes me really uncomfortable when authors find the things I write about them, because I know they're real people, and I never write anything like overly mean, like this author is a jackass. Never like yelled that in a review, because that's stupid, and if I had, they would have had to really piss me off. This book features an autistic person, and it's YA. It's really well done. It's not offensive to autistic people and people with learning disabilities, like some books I could mention are. So I would recommend, if you want a realistic interpretation of autism or what it's like to have a learning disability in like school and stuff, because it was very much there. Made me sentimental for my school days. Moving on. Then I read Winger by Andrew Smith, and I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. Yeah, everyone loves this book who's read it, apparently, but no. I don't know, I feel like maybe it's partly a spite hating right now. I did actually have proper issues with the book. Basically what happens in this book was kind of like, no, that's just annoyed me now. Honestly, I think this book really revolves around whether you like the main character, and I didn't love him. So there's a statement. It's kind of annoying and just meh. I can see why people like it, but I don't know. Maybe it really should be 4 out of 5 stars, but I'm sticking to the 3 right now. And I was meant to do a review on this, but I've started writing it, and it's just not. So this is just going to be a mysterious appearing post on my blog once I finally write it. I will write it, it's just I need time. So then I read The Rad by Grecian, and this is the 1st book in a series of books. 3rd one is coming out this month. This is about Scotland Yard, right after the Jack the Ripper case, like a year after it takes place, and it's just about like them getting into forensic crime fighting sort of stuff. It was good. It was basically a crime thriller thing book set in Victorian times. So no gay kissing. I was disappointed too. Then I read Don't Even Think About It by Sarah Miskoski. I probably say every sort of name like that, just no idea how it says, just say some genetic foreign sounding name. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, and this is the start of a series involving mind reading. You know, it has all this kind of conspiracy stuff in it as well, and it's interesting. It's basically this whole classroom of students in New York, I think, get the power to read people's minds, so Then I read The Long Fall by Juno Crutch, and I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I just felt this book, wow, interesting. I really like the format of it. It has this diary thing in it, and I do like that in books. But the accident has this sort of diary format in it, and the accident does it better. I just feel like the main character is meant to be somewhat intelligent, accepted into this really fancy university. So I don't know, just because someone's smart can mean they have absolutely no common sense. Well, it's the case in this case. The main character is so dumb. She's really clever at some things, so it doesn't connect sometimes. Like, she doesn't question anything. She's just so, no. Just, I got really frustrated. By the way, I'm still having the weird lighting thing because of my hair and I don't know how to fix it. So it's just something we're going to have to deal with when I hold up books. Then I read The Truth is a Cave in the Back Mountains. Really long title. And then there's like a subtitle thing. A Tale of Travel and Darkness with pictures of all kinds. Well, not all kinds. They're drawn pictures. There's no like photography going on here or lots of mixed media. There's no like... Okay, we're not going to continue with that. But so this is Neil Gaiman's latest publication. I believe this is Neil Gaiman's latest publication. I wouldn't know. I don't know. Maybe he's released another book. It's been a month. Things could have happened. But this is by Neil Gaiman and illustrated by Eddie Campbell. And I still don't know why that's... I recognise that name. I feel like that's an impressive name in illustration. But I can't remember. I read that. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. It's set in the Scottish Highlands. Violence. Moving on. I also read Adaptation by Malinda. And this was a really cool book and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I really liked this book. It's about aliens and birds crashing into planes and awesome stuff. I would highly recommend this book and it has girls kissing in it. So, good. Then I read Why We Broke Up by Daniel Hanya. Basically a book has pictures corresponding to the story and it's just like this girl sends her ex-boyfriend a box of things relating to their relationship. The pictures are good in it. Also, may I just say this is probably for the first time in a long time where a month's book haul and the wrap-up have corresponded with each other as I bought this book this month. Then I read The Bookstore by Deborah Mayer and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. And this is basically about a British girl who goes off to the States and gets peggos by an asshole. And there's a review of this book because I got it off NetGuy. If I don't have a physical copy of something, it probably came from NetGuy. For future reference. The thing is about this book is that the main character's in this really unhealthy relationship and you just kind of don't understand why she stays. She's pregnant, but it's just not worth it at all to this guy who's not interested in her or the baby. So, no. Go. Walk out that door. Just turn around now. You don't want to be here anymore. We'll stop outing disco hits for our own interpretations. Then I read My Soul to Save by Vincent and I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I don't connect with Vincent's young adult work as much as her adult work. Well, I've only read her Shifter series, which was great. She does have other adult books out that I own and I've not yet read. But this is the second book in the Soul Screamer series and I'm gonna make my way through them because I own them all. And I don't like owning them all and not having read them all. It's about banshees. Oh, beanshees, or however. I say banshee. I've got Celtic origin, I'll call them what I want. Yeah, because if you've got Celtic origin, that means you can just shit on everything Celtic. That's totally how it works. And that's why St. Patrick's Day happens. So I finished reading The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. And I say finishing because I kind of been reading this book in the last 2 weeks of June, kind of on and off for different reasons. It's really good, and this is the other zombie book that kind of takes place in London a little bit, and that's kind of a spoiler. Oh well! Basically this is fungi zombies, like in The Last of Us, if you ever pain. Obviously not exactly the same, but you know the scary thing about that kind of idea that is like a fungi, is like a parasite that takes over this creature's body, you know, like the Pokemon crab, that's a real thing. Scary. Kind of can get behind that interpretation of zombies. It's terrifying. Realistic. Let's just hope it never jumps to humans. Then finally, to wrap this month off in a nice little bow, I read We Were Liars by Lockhart and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Also, a book that I actually bought in June, so Yay! Sort of. But I really should be reading books that count for my to be read challenge. I feel like this book has been overhyped. And see, the whole thing, lie about what this book's about, is just a really clever marketing technique. You can go in knowing what this book's about. That's just a lot of nonsense. You can know. You shouldn't go in blind if you don't want to. I guess you can, but that's not the best way. It's not the best way. You can go in knowing what this is about. And I have filmed a video review of this and I have yet to edit it, so maybe I'll get around. I just feel like there wasn't enough lying. If something's called We Were Lying, I want the whole thing packed with lies. And it wasn't. I was very disappointed. There was only some lies. I wanted all lies. Lies a whole, and you only knew what the hell was going on at the end. But that's not what happened. You knew what was coming. Kind of as you read on. I also started Only Ever Yours by Louise O'Neill this month, and I haven't finished reading it now even. I've actually had to just take a step away from it because it's so uncomfortable to read. It's this dystopia world where girls have no rights. They're bred specifically for these females that just suit men. You've got the companions, which are their wives, and then you've got the concubines, which are just basically prostitutes and slutty girls in music videos, apparently, as well. Charities, which are these virgin, basically nuns that run the schools where the girls are kept until they're 16, and where they're then chosen by the boys to whatever year they want them in. Basically, you only become a charity if no one wants you, so that's fun. And the thing is, it's just so uncomfortable to read. It's good, but it's uncomfortable to read because it's just so, it's like one of those things, you know, when people say, this is terrifyingly possible, and I'm like, yeah, this is possible, because, like, you know, because it has sort of realistic issues. Like, I mean, one, women have basically been treated this way before in society. Like, you're no use unless you're a wife or a prostitute. If you can't be a wife, you end up being a prostitute a lot of the times. Or if you know British history, a wife was like, basically once you got married, you couldn't get a job. I mean, and like, women jobs were not that weren't that great. Fun fact, you couldn't be a nurse and be married until the 60s. Deals with body image and stuff, and I think I'm gonna do like a review on my blog because I got the sent for review. The main character's just done something really bad, and I couldn't read on after she did it. I'm only like 69 pages away from the end, and I just can't. There's like 10 chapters left. No, I read like the last 4 chapter bits because like I just want to know what happens. It's not a happy ending. There is no happy ending in this world. You know that from like the first few pages. Like, it's not going to be like they're going to all rise up together, and no happy endings. Okay, so that's all the books I read this month. Ain't I cool? 13 books in the month that we had a Friday the 13th. It was fate or coincidence. Who cares? So I will see you guys soon. And just to say a little personal thing, I bought my book ban. I have a kind of reason, which I will talk about in my next video. Because I've got exciting things to talk about. Yay! Say yay with me. Bye. So this is a Monday mission and a video update. But we'll start with the Monday mission. So last week wasn't a very good week for reading. I just kind of did a lot of stuff that wasn't reading, like watching YouTube videos and just don't do books. You don't like the 4.